I am not teaching, I am publicly learning. But hi and welcome to Learning for the Life in the UK test, part 580, while doing risk training. And if you participate in the risk training, that's at your own risk. And we will do the risk training in the second half of the video. Now we're talking about the House of Lords. Since 1958, has the Prime Minister the power to nominate peers, and that just for their own lifetime. So it's not hereditary to the following people. And that has been called life peers. They have usually had an important career in politics, business, law, or another profession, these peers. Life peers are appointed by the monarch on the advice of the Prime Minister. They also include people nominated by the leaders of the other main political parties or by an independent appointments commission for non-party peers. Since 1999, hereditary peers have lost the automatic right to attend the House of Lords. They now elect a few of their number to represent them in the House of Lords. I don't understand who are hereditary peers. So they exist no matter if they are in the House of Lords or not. Hereditary peers have lost the automatic right to attend the House of Lords. I don't understand it. The House of Lords is normally more independent of the government than the House of Commons. It can suggest amendments or propose new laws, which are then discussed by MPs. The House of Lords checks laws. So the House of Lords checks laws that have been passed by the House of Commons to ensure they are fit for purpose. It also holds the government to account to make sure that it is working in the best interests of the people. There are peers who are specialists in particular areas, and their knowledge is useful in making and checking laws. The House of Commons has power to overrule the House of Lords, but these are not used often. Then there is the Speaker and the government and the cabinet. We almost have to go through it all to understand up to the devolved administrations, even who can vote in a way. But we already know it more. We already had done all this. We are familiar with it. We don't need that, so just know the Speaker part. Debates in the House of Commons are chaired by the Speaker. This person is the chief officer of the House of Commons. The Speaker is neutral and does not represent a political party, even though he or she is an MP. He represents a constituency and deals with constitutions problems like any other MP, so the Speaker is neutral. That is all we're saying. The Speaker is chosen by other MPs in a secret ballot. The Speaker keeps order during political debates to make sure the rules are followed. This includes making sure the opposition, see the section on the government, has a guaranteed amount of time to debate issues which it chooses. The Speaker also represents Parliament on ceremonial occasions. Then something to the elections, we don't need that. We need that if we're doing the House of Commons, because in the House of Commons are the MPs. And the MPs are elected at a general election, which is held at least every 5 years. So every 5, is it? I had a problem with it is, I never really said at any point specifically, it is now that. So here I was saying now pretty specifically, it is every 5 years. It can be earlier, at least every 5 years, but it is every 5 years. Now, what did they say here? Because I have a feeling that they're going to ask that question, and we will have some idea what it is, and I don't think really you can miss it. So I mean, it's not really an information you really need. The election is the elections. You will know it. And many people don't get the note. Nowhere do we have it. It was after here. No, it was not here. We don't know where it was. So we're saying here every 5 years. And that fits. They said here, when was it? The yellow pages the end. No, it was the end of the red pages. We are having David Cameron. May 2010, there was voting, and there was a general election, and then general election is 7 May 2015. David Cameron remains Prime Minister. Now Conservative won alone without coalition. Possible to reign. Okay. So every 5 years. It was voting in May 2010 and in May 2015. So 5 years. And as specificity, MPs are elected at a general election which is held at least every 5 years. So every 5 years is a general election, at least. It can be earlier, but it is, if I ask, every 5 years. 5. If an MP dies or resigns, there will be a fresh election called a by-election in his or her constituency. Maybe we're going to ask, how does an MP come in if the MP becomes ill, or maybe decides today or I will just do holidays and no longer do parliament stuff. Now the answer would be when there happens a by-election. A by-election, and they are elected through a system which is called first past the post. And in each constituency, the candidate who gets the most votes is elected. That is the idea. The person who gets the most votes wins the election. But maybe you're going to ask for, what is that? First past the post. That means the first past post. The one with the most votes wins. The one the fastest, the one with the most votes. First past the post. And the government is usually formed by a party that wins the majority of constituencies. If no party wins the majority, two parties may join together to form a coalition. So we will do a singular video actually for the House of Commons, one for the House of Lords, and one for the Speaker, and one for the whole Parliament, for the House of Parliament. But maybe we will do it only after we have at least read what we have to the Prime Minister Cabinet, opposition party system, party system. So we will continue looking further what we have here. But at some point we will do something about the Speaker. The first video we will probably shoot, because we're always looking for a subject about which we can do a presentation, and I decided we're going to make a presentation about the Speaker. All information good to understand together, have here already. We're going to learn it, and then we're going to make a presentation about the Speaker. And we look for all the rest and look if we can't make maybe 6-7 other presentations. The first one, the easiest one, will be the Speaker. If you're here to continue reading about the Prime Minister, the Cabinet, and the government, and also when preparing our video for the Speaker, you can go directly to the next video. Because in the rest of the video we will do just risk training. If you participate in the risk training, it is at your own risk. The legs are standing a bit more and shoulder wide apart, or shoulder wide apart. It's good and stable. Arms next to us, hands formed to fists, and we bring these fists down. The spotlight, and up. And again down. And the last time. And no same setup, but we bring the fists to the inside and to the outside of the flashlight. And like this. And the magician, flat hands, and all these flat hands to the inside and to the outside. We have 3 rules. The first rule is that we are stopping immediately as soon as there's pain. And the second rule is that we're going only as far as we can go with a little bit of effort. Next exercise with pancake flipper, flat hands, put your hands up and bring your leg down. And next exercise with triangular cast-like tick, arms out, fists and together. And up. And the third rule is, to the outside, that we're not overdoing it. So we just want to strengthen our wrists, not to exhaust them. If you want to take a break, you can do it at any moment. You can do, for example, one now. This exercise doesn't have to be done. Next to us, hands form to a fist, down and press a bit against it. We're crab anxious to a fever. We have quite a lot of exercises, so we actually can take a break now. And we're pulling from the outside. We're pressing a bit from the top. And forward. And the other one down. Press against it. Pull on the outside. Press from the top. And next exercise, the T-Rex on one. Arms out and bring these flat hands down and up. And again down. And last one. Now the T-Rex in the gym. If you don't want to use a tennis ball or don't have one, or you cannot use one, you can just do it without one, just make a strong fist. If you want to use one, can use one, have one, press onto it and release again. And release again. And release. And press the last time. Before we're switching, and now we're doing the same. Yes. Release. Press. Release. And press the third hand. And now to the next exercise. It is the cautious big bang. Place the fingertips of one hand on top of the fingernails of the other hand. Press a bit. And now open slowly. And close again slowly. Now we're changing the other hand on top and we open. And we're closing. And the next one, the feet is near Symphia fists, and we open and we close. And we open and we close. Open, close. One last time. And you can skip the next exercise, the frog testing of water temperature. Arms down, flat fingers, wrists down, and now up to extension and make strong fists. Again down, flat fingers, and up, strong fists. Down, flat fingers, and up. And down. Okay. Reserves the beweging is was this. And the next exercise, we are doing the bicycle bridge. Flat hands and bend them at the knuckles. And open again. And bend at the knuckles. And doing that for the last time. Now we're doing the sunlight. You can also use a tennis ball or something. Have to have a long arm at the outside. Let it fall down. And try to catch it again. And one down slowly. A shot. And one goes. Next exercise. The ice axe. Flat hand. Bend it at the knuckles and press on all four with moderate force. And up again. And on the other side. And the next exercise, you can skip it again. Arms up, strong fists, and bring the strong fists into flexion. And now out into extension, flat fingers. Arms up, and pull the fists towards you into flexion. Down, extension, the wrists to the outside. Again up, strong fists, flexion. Out extension, flat fingers. That was the last time, in strong fists, flexion. And the claws. Flat hands and make claws. Hold it for a bit, open again. And again claws. And claws. Open. Last time. Last exercise, the unfolding rocket boosters. Long arms, hands form to fists and bring these fists inside. And to the outside, flat fingers, extend wrists. And to the inside, strong fists, flexion. And to the outside, I don't know, I'll keep talking, otherwise you get copyright problems. And to the inside, strong fists, flexion. And to the outside, extension. And to the inside, strong fists, flexion. And the last time now to the outside extension, flat fingers, and the end here. Now the last exercise, we're going with moderate pressure over the middle part of the lower arm to relax the extension digit toe muscle, which lies here on the other side. And we are out of time. So I thank you very much, and until next time.